Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that tensions between Steffi and Hope flare up again on Tuesday, October 15th, when Steffi can't help but feel uncomfortable watching Hope and Carter grow closer. In Steffi's eyes, it seems like Hope is not just developing a romantic relationship with Carter, but she also suspects that Hope is using him to save her fashion line. This makes Steffi uncomfortable and unable to stand by silently, as Steffi, as the leader at Forrester Creations, once gave Hope a chance to continue developing the fashion line despite knowing that the project was in trouble. However, Steffi now begins to feel that her patience and support are being taken advantage of, as Hope seems to be relying on Carter to keep the life of the fashion project on the verge of collapse. For Steffi, this is not just a matter of work, but also of protecting the family business. During the heated conversation, Steffi did not hesitate to criticize Hope directly. She accused Hope of not being creative on her own and relying too much on the abilities of others, especially Thomas in the past and now Carter. Steffi felt that Hope was taking advantage of everyone's labor instead of standing up for herself with her own abilities. Hope, you need to build something yourself instead of relying on others to keep your fashion line alive, Steffi said indignantly. Hope, while offended by Steffi's words, tried to keep her cool. She understood that Steffi had always had strong opinions about running the company, but this time the criticism had gone too far. Hope would not accept such disrespect, especially when her relationship with Carter was completely genuine. For Hope, her feelings for Carter were not meant to be exploitative, and she believed that Steffi had crossed a line by meddling too deeply into her personal life. Hope angrily responded to Steffi, explaining that she and Carter were indeed dating, and that their relationship had nothing to do with her work or career. Steffi, you can't interfere in my personal life just because you think I'm using Carter. I love Carter, and this relationship is real, Hope said, her voice full of frustration. She also emphasized that Steffi shouldn't interfere so much in her life, because it was private and no one had the right to judge. The confrontation between the two women was not simply about work or love. It reflected the long-standing tension between Hope and Steffi, who have had many conflicts in the past, from their relationship with Liam to their rivalry at work at Forrester Creations. This incident is just part of a series of conflicts and jealousies between the two, and while Steffi is frustrated that Hope is taking advantage of those around her, she cannot deny that she is acting in part out of concern for the future of the company. For Steffi, everything must be put first for the benefit of Forrester Creations, and she is willing to confront anyone she believes is a threat to the company, even if it is Hope. However, perhaps Steffi did not foresee that the feelings between Hope and Carter are so deep. Steffi's suspicions may hurt not only Hope, but also Carter's relationship with Hope. While Hope does not want to cause more trouble, she is also determined to protect her relationship with Carter. This raises the question of whether Steffi will continue to try to intervene and criticize Hope, or will she finally realize that she has crossed the line between work and the personal life of her employees. Thomas will soon return to town after a long absence, as he and his son enjoy a meaningful vacation in Paris. However, this return is not simple, especially when the turmoil in the Forrester family continues and complicated relationships are escalating. Thomas returns at the right time when his mother has just revealed her broken heart disease, a heartbreaking secret that leaves the whole family facing turbulent emotions. Thomas's return this time is not only due to family responsibilities, but also related to dramatic developments in love. Although he has had time away from everything in Paris, Thomas still cannot completely forget his deep feelings for Hope. This feeling continues to haunt him, even when he learns that Hope is currently in a relationship with Carter, a strong and trustworthy man. This sets up a potential confrontation between the two powerful men, as Thomas is thrust into a complicated love triangle that he cannot easily escape. Although Thomas has tried to give up on Hope in the past, his return this time causes his pent-up emotions to explode once again. Thomas has always had an undeniable attraction to Hope, and although he has made many mistakes in pursuing this love, that does not stop him from continuing to hope to win her heart. The fact that Hope and Carter are dating does not make Thomas back down, but instead makes him more determined. Thomas's presence creates an underlying tension that threatens the relationship between Hope and Carter. In this situation, Carter will not easily give in. He knows that Thomas has a complicated history with Hope, and Thomas' return could put his relationship with Hope at risk. Carter has always been reliable and supportive of Hope when she needed him most, but will that be enough to keep their love alive against Thomas's charm? The battle between the two men for Hope's heart could have unpredictable consequences, with Thomas, with his volatile personality and fierce determination, being drawn into dangerous actions. The rivalry with Carter could push Thomas into a situation where he cannot control his emotions, and the question is whether Thomas can control his emotions, or will he slide into the darkness of jealousy and hatred. No one can deny that Thomas has a tumultuous history, having acted excessively in the past, including manipulating and controlling people around him to achieve his goals. Therefore, this love triangle is not simply a struggle for love, but also potentially deadly. If Thomas cannot control himself, could he become a murderer in a fit of blind jealousy? His love for Hope could change him into a completely different person, especially when he has to confront someone like Carter, who is always calm and composed. With the Forrester family in turmoil due to Taylor's illness, Thomas' return could push things to the limit. Taylor, Thomas's loving and supportive mother, will face even greater pain if her son falls into a spiral of jealousy and hatred. Taylor is already vulnerable to her illness, and seeing Thomas face these emotional troubles could be a devastating blow. Will the love of family be strong enough to save Thomas from a dark path, or will it all fall into tragedy?